better. Palace, background, museum. Okay, let's go.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. We greet you no matter where you are, no matter the country you reside. This is the African Portal Radio TV International. Sorry, I'm off camera because we are still busy with some certain things we are doing behind the scene. But His Excellency is live and direct all the way from Nigeria. So if you are connected to this broadcast, kindly share, like, let it go viral. We still continue with the same conversation we are having earlier before these past 4 weeks. And we're still going to continue with the same conversation. If you are connecting with us, we are talking about the family value is what we are talking about on this broadcast. And we've been dealing with these questions and this topic for the last 3-4 weeks now. His Excellency is here live and direct again to continue with the conversation, to liberate the mind of the current generation, and to show us the way forward for the incoming generation. And as you are connected to this program, I encourage you, please share this program. That is the only thing you can do for this program to go viral. Let me use this time to welcome His Excellency to this program this hour. Welcome, sir. And how are you today?
Yeah, good afternoon from Nigeria. It's a great pleasure to be on the spotlight again. It's a rainy and a sunny day here in River State, Nigeria. And Mother Nature has been very good to us with the fairness of all weather, and we're enjoying the ambience of it. So I'm doing great. The people and the great kingdom of Olakwa Akuishi, each ethnicity is doing great. And as the Supreme Commander of African Ancestral King, I believe Africa is doing great, because greatness is a feeling, you know, and when once you have that feeling of assurance, despite what we are facing as a continent, I believe that our greatness is within us, and we can always tap into it. We can always, you know, glow within it. So once more, I welcome us to our Saturday edition, the first edition of the month of June, for this discussant as regards family values, our ethics, our sense of pride, our identity as a people, and our ingenuity as a continent. I am proud to always have us on this program to chart a way forward, to throw more light, and also to, you know, create a better understanding to what we've always believed in as Africans, to what we have always desired as Africans, and to what we have always aspired for in Africa. So once more, I bring us royal blessings from the ancestral stool of His Royal Excellency, King Professor, Ambassador Engineer Nyeche Promise Obina, Eze Ikemba I, Onitsha Olakwa Akuishi, Ancient Kingdom, the ethnicity, the Supreme Commander of African Ancestral Kings and Royalty, partnering with the African Portal Radio and TV International for a better prospects for Africa and to Africa. Thank you once more, Dare, for your dedication, your sacrifice, your commitment to this cause. We are so, so proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, His Excellency. We really appreciate your support, and we really appreciate your fatherly love towards us as the African Portal and to this great continent, Africa. So let me allow you to do justice to some of the conversation that we have been discussing for the last 4 weeks now. But currently, there is a challenge going on in the country. Congratulations to all Nigerians. This is the first program we have after the induction of the new president. But immediately after the induction, there is a kind of challenges within the country. I just want you to start with that, then you can take it from there to the conversation of today. What is going on currently now in Rivers State where you are? The subsidy or no subsidy, what is your view about it? Then you can link all that with the conversation we've been having for the last 4 weeks. Let me allow you to have the podium as I will come back to round up with you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I would want to say that it's quite unfortunate the scenario we find ourselves. It's quite unfortunate, and at this time of the year, and in this time of our democracy as a people, it's quite unfortunate. Sorry, there's a little mix.
All right, thank you very much, everyone joining us. His Excellency is still with us in the studio. We just making sure that he came back so that we can continue with the conversation on the African Portal Radio TV International. If you are connected with us, kindly share this program. Let it go viral. The more you share it, the more you give it opportunity to go viral. So please kindly share it. Share it as many times as possible. The more you share this program, the more you allow it to go viral. So keep sharing it, keep talking about it. This is the African Portal Radio TV International. Let's quickly check what is going on with the His Excellency network. Then we come back to this UK. His Excellency is back in the studio. All right. Thank you, sir. I think the network is filling us there.
Yes, but
I think the network is filling you. Okay, sir.
Yeah,
you can continue, sir.
Yeah, I've been able to reconnect back again.
Okay, sir. You can continue, sir.
Yes, yeah, back to your question. And I would say congratulations to Nigerians for the smooth transition from a democratically elected president to another democratically elected president. It is something worth congratulating Nigerians for. Most countries in Africa have passed through challenges transiting from a democratically elected president to another democratically elected president in situations where the transition has been interrupted by military coup and all that. But God has been faithful to Nigeria as a nation, despite the heated up polity that, marred the electioneering process, pre, during, and post-election challenges based on the conduct of the election and the outcome as well. But Nigerians has remained resolute, that remained peaceful, that remained committed to this country called Nigeria. even in the faces of challenges that could have spurred up a national opera. But God, the fathers of our ancestors, has kept us calm amidst every provocation to respect, tolerate, and follow due process. And I want to say that I am proud of Nigerians for this show of patience, mutual respect to our unity as a people. And to the incoming government, I want to say congratulations for the successful swearing in of the president, irrespective of the cases at the tribunal. For the fact that constitutionally he has been sworn in, we will respect him as the president pending the decision of the Supreme Court through the Presidential Election Tribunal. But for the meantime, we celebrate this transition. We congratulate Nigerians, and we congratulate right from the governors who we have voted in and now sworn in, to the Federal House of Assembly members, the senators, and the presidency. We congratulate Nigerians for this smooth transition. I want to charge everybody, no matter the position you've been elected and sworn in, what we expect from every leader is dedication to service, is tolerance to one another, is respect for the rule of law, is try in as much as the challenges are obvious, try to leave an indelible footprint you've come to occupy. Try to make innovative decisions that will move Nigerians from this suffering, from the pains Nigeria has been subjected to a better experience of a better welfare, social and infrastructural amenities, policies that will aid businesses and investors to come calling and knocking at the door of Nigerians. Revolution in our agricultural sector. Promotion to our integrity and unity as a people. There are a lot that Nigerians expect from the new government. However, looking at the circumstance we find ourselves as a people, the hike in price of fuel due to the announcement of the president on his inaugural speech for the removal of subsidy, which the independent marketers and those within the oil sector has to cash into his inaugural speech and make a very swift change in the pump price of petroleum products, which is bringing untold hardship to a lot of Nigerians. And from the developments so far, the labor union have issued a 7 days ultimatum for reversal to this urgent development as regards the hike in price, or from Wednesday next week, there'll be a shutdown of the workforce and all unions that are aligned with the petroleum industry, which will be a very bad scenario for Nigerians to pass through that untold hardship again. Judging from the experience Nigerians just had with the Naira policy and all that during the election period, cashless and all that. So this is going to be another shocker for Nigerians. So, which we are pleading with the relevant authorities and the federal government to look at ways on implementing the subsidy removal so that the common man on the street can be able to adjust and adapt to the new wave of life, as this, considering the minimum wage and the daily income expenditure of Nigerians cannot equate this cost which we are being introduced to. However, within the major cities, there are availability of products, but the problem is the cost. The current pump price of the product is the problem, and that is the major issue we are faced with. So we are pleading with the relevant authorities to think deeper and look at ways to implement this policy so that the citizenry can have a little relief. I keep hammering on democracy. It's the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. So for the fact that democracy is the government of the people, for the people, and by the people, whatever decision the government takes must be people-oriented. How will the people feel? What are the alternative relief that the people need to sort for these policies to be implemented? As the national president of the National Association of Surface Tank Oil and Gas Retailers of Nigeria, NASTON, I understand the importance of subsidy removal, because I will say categorically that the removal of subsidy is long overdue. It has been a manhole in the economy of Nigeria. The payment of subsidy has indebted Nigeria to a very large extent. And the decision to remove subsidy isn't a bad one. It is overdue. It is overdue. And if our industries are allowed to function, if not at optimal, but at least at average level, I don't see any need where our crude will be exported to another country to be refined and now imported back with the subsidy. It is a very laughable situation that in Africa we are one of the major producers of bonylite, but our crude is being taken away, refined, and imported back in the name of subsidy process. Because the independent marketers, the importers who are bringing in this product, because NNPC is also the major importer of this product. And they're also the major exporter of this product. So you export the product, you refine, you import back. You know, to me, it's a scam. Being very sincere, blunt with the fact, subsidy is a scam. I have the raw material. You take it away, you refine, you bring back the refined product to me, and I subsidize for the process. So it's a scam. So having the courage to remove subsidy isn't a bad decision. But what we are saying is the process at which subsidy is to remove should be considered with the effect on the citizenry. So there should be pre-subsidy removal programs. People should be able to know that in the next 4 weeks, the pump prices of petroleum product will be this, so that they can plan on this transition. You don't just wake up in the morning and you drive your vehicle to a station and you are being told that the same product you bought yesterday for 200 naira is now 600 naira. And if I'm embarking on a journey that will take maybe 30 liters of fuel, and you have budgeted yourself with 7,000 naira, and they are not telling you that 20 liters of fuel is now going to be 18 to 20,000, and already you are dressed ready for your journey, how can you cope? The psychological trauma is unbearable. And that is only the area we as leaders are soliciting for a soft landing. Let the citizens have a pre-subsidy removal awareness program where they will be informed that within this period, the subsidy will be removed. And within this period, they will begin to adjust in their budgetary and everything. And before the subsidy is removed, the minimum wage for the average Nigerian worker should be improved. Currently, the minimum wage is about 30,000 naira. And if the cost of assessing the petroleum product is like ×2, so the average minimum wage shouldn't be less than 60,000. And that's the fact. In order for people to match up the current price regime, which is going to definitely affect every commodity, every goods and services in Nigeria will be affected by the price of petroleum product. If you're a farmer, you process your goods and you have to transport it to the market. And if the cost of transportation is now like ×3 of what you used to do in the past, that will affect the price of the commodities. If you are rendering services and you ought to travel from Lagos to Port Harcourt as a professional to render a service, maybe the cost of flight was 75, 80 to 90,000, and now it's 150. You will add that extra cost to your professional charge. So be it in terms of goods or services, the pump price of petroleum product affects the prices of goods and services. And that is why economically, the government have to look at a way of marrying the effect with the price regime so that Nigerians can be able to adapt to this new change. For the meantime, it is like a war feeling for Nigerians. The new government coming in and the economy being arrested by the price regime for petroleum product. Most people have parked their vehicles and have resorted to trekking. to distances they never imagined they could trek. So it is an untold hardship for Nigerians. But I will always say, Nigeria has a big heart. We've always accommodated a lot of shocker. And I know I am proud of Nigerians that will also accommodate this and will negotiate a way out of it. Any way peaceful that this has to be negotiated, we must negotiate this because Nigerians have been through a lot since the pre, during, and post-election for 2023. Nigeria has been through a lot. So whatever negotiation that the federal government has to engage in to lessen the pain Nigerians are going through, that is needed at this time. Thank you, Dare, for always having me on this show. Now on your second review as regards our ongoing topical issues bordering on family values, I want to say that it has been 3 to 4 weeks of an intense discussion, which the gains of this topic has really watered down the system. Most persons have drawn inspiration from this topic, and most persons have also called and appreciated this platform for giving them the opportunity to appreciate this topic, both Nigerians in home and those in diaspora. And in further analysis of what our discussion has been, it is quite an admirable topic, because whatever we do as humans centers on the family. Like I said, from the inception of this topic, the values of African family is centered on our culture and tradition. And that will be the basis of our discussion today. The value at which the family is built on has its foundation from our culture and tradition. The importance of having a family is to give a child the sense of belonging, to understand the relevance and the duties of members of the family. While we are growing up, we are lectured on the roles of the father in the family, the roles of the mother in the family, that of the children, the male, the female folks, the importance of your grandparents, your aunts, your nieces, your cousins. These are the values we are instilled. How to relate, build a bond with every component member of our family. And that helped us to have the complete feeling of what, be it a nuclear or polygamous family, is. And we grew under that atmosphere of completeness. Cousins visit, your nieces visit, you visit your cousins' families, you visit your nieces' families. In some point of the year, maybe during the New Year, the Easter, the festivities, the families come together, wine and dine, exchange pleasantries, praise together, observe some traditions together. And that enabled people to bond. When there are little crises, families come together, look at the issues, profess solution to them, and the family forges ahead. These are the grounds at which African families are built on. But nowadays, most families hardly visit each other, which is a problem. Most cousins don't even know their cousins, their immediate cousins, talk more of their distant cousins. Extended families, there is a disconnection. There is a deep disconnection because the bonding is no longer there. The parameters of association are no longer there. Some religious bodies has taught their members not to familiarize or to integrate with their families for the fear of being haunted or bewitched. The society, through civilization, has taught many to stay in isolation. And this has caused a lot of cracks in the cultural integration of the African family and her values. The family meetings have gradually eroded. Town unions, which is a precipitation of the family units, are gradually eroded. And this is not the best for our continent. It is not the best for our tradition. It's not the best for our culture as a people. This has led to situations where cousins who never knew they are related go into relationship and have love affair with their blood relations before getting to know that they are related. Because the divides has created more pain in families than gain. Some of our relatives who grew up in the north or the south, the west, even in the east, who has failed to return home, and some who are even abroad, who has failed to return home, has fallen victims of having love affairs with their relatives. Because situations has made it that maybe in one or two occasions, one travels within that area, not knowing that their relatives are there, and things happen, which traditionally is a taboo for blood-related siblings to have love affairs. So a lot of things has happened. which has eaten deep and distorted our pride as a people based on infiltration of unnecessary belief that has widened the intimacy we enjoyed in families. And that is why we are calling on parents to try as much as possible to allow your children to identify themselves with their relations and relatives. The upbringing of a child cannot be complete without the family units. A child feels that sense of pride, knowing that I have family here, I have family there. On occasions, I can visit my relations, I can meet my relatives. That comprehensive feeling is no longer there. And that is why you see some children grew up with a very myopic mindset. Their sense of coordination and reasoning is quite narrowed. The perfection of an African child is an integral component of his sense of belonging based on his integration and understanding of what an African family is. So if a child does not integrate with his families, he cannot have a balanced sense of reasoning. Most families feel more comfortable introducing their children to their family friends than their relatives, because they feel they are more safe with friends than relatives. But I want to say this in a very common and a clear term, that blood is thicker than water. What your relative will do to you will not be that extreme to what a stranger will do to you. Because no matter how wicked a relative is, he will still have that consciousness in him that what he's doing is to his blood. And the gods of their ancestors will always put that judgment in the heart of that evil man or woman who wants to harm his or her blood relative. But to a total stranger who is just a family friend, he doesn't care. He can do anything without having that feel of blood. And by the African traditional practices, if it were to be when tradition was practiced and honored, and where family values are sustained by ancestral rituals, Are you with me? Can you hear me? Okay. So I'll make bold to say that it's quite rare for a blood relation to plan evil against his own and succeed in time past, based on ancestral decrees that were made
Much for everyone joining Edward.
The family. So it was very rare for blood relations or relatives to plan evil against one another, and it succeeded. But we have left those practices. We have abandoned those values, and we are following the Western trend. And that is why the evil is quite obvious now. But I want to say this. When a man identifies his areas of strength, what he does is to envelop it. You guide it, you build on it, you cherish it. Since we've known that the only thing that binds us together as a people is our culture and tradition, it is better we uphold it. It is better we preserve it. It is better we envelop it. It is better we cherish it. And that is my advice.
Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate this building advice that you put on the spotlight. I really appreciate your time as well. We really thank those of you connecting. I have a lot of people connecting with us and giving kudos to the great work that you are doing, sir. We really appreciate it. As usual, we used to do it before we say goodbye. Let me allow you to advise the Africa in African way, because we bit by bit, we are the first to do it, introducing back our own language into our system, into our daily life, and into our programs, because it starts with us. So let me allow you to say a word of advice and goodbye to everyone connected with us in your own language, and we'll see again next week by the grace of God.
Thank you, Darren. Ndibai, okay, eche we came by no chekaram. Ala Rivers, no mrenka. Ala Nigeria, all the other Ala Africa, udo kanyi choro. Manashi, asha tu ilulu kawara wanta. Egweji lonne ya furukefu. Ochi kwa na de matu kwa jeze. Henye me. bụ ịkpọghachi mmụọ anyị ka anyị mara shi ọha dịka omenala. Ha na-emekwa bụ ime ka ụmụ onye mụrụ soro ntụziaka ụkpụrụ na usoro ndị kemụrụ onye kụziri anyị. Ha nna ji amụ nwa bụ ọ zụcha nwa ya zụgharịa ya, nwekwana ike ịmụkwa ka ya zụọkwa ndeke ya. Nna anyị wee ma ndeke dị ndụ ma ndeke nwụrụ anwụ azụọla anyị, mmụọ anyị kwa zụọ anyị n'ụkpụrụ n'usoro nna kebe ji zụọ wee. Ọkụ alara nwata n'aka ọ ka ga-enye nna ya n'aka, ọba ajụ nshim ajụ ọnụ. Manashi nubiko no badhanya nala. Ashi woblo pro ona konye kroya. Kwa anyị nọgbu anyị dị ka ọ kwuru omenala bụ ihe kụrụ anyị nye amaka omenala anyị kwa ọbụla iji kpee chọọchị na okpukpere kwa ọbụla iji ba mba kwa ọbụla iji votu ọ dị ka ọbụla ka omenala bụ isi ọgwanụ nna m bụ na anyị kwụ ịmụọ nwa zụpụta nwa gị chita n'omenala duo ụmụ gị ọdụ kụziere we ekwela ka wee haa omenala nọ chita n'aha ị ga-egụbawa agụba na asụsụ wee ga-esone ha ọbụla gbasara we ya bụrụ ihe gị isi n'omenala ma na-arịọkwa na-achị biko eje ya bụ isi ije mgbe ọbụla ị pụrụ izu ije mara achị ị ga-alọgwu ọ bụ onye dọtara ahụ onye mere arụ bụ ọgbafu ọ na-alọgwukwa ụlọ eche akụrụ ụlọ abụrụ onye kpara ya akụ ọbụla nwata kụrụ na mba adịrị ụlọ ọba akụfuru ọhịa so ịbụrụ onye ije ga-apụ ụzọ ije marashi ọdịbe ọbụla dịka ụlọ ịgaracha ịgịlọgụ ụlọ onye mere ndị oyibo si agaracha must come back nwere egede ụmụnna dị nwụọla na mba eliewe na mba nwere ụmụ dị ala nwụọla na mba elewe na mba ọ bụ arụ dimkpa nwụọ na mba eji bulata ụlọ ndị nwe ya ụmụnna ya gbaka aka mezie omenala lie ya ọ bụ onye dụrụ ọhịa bụ onye ji eli na mba so ha ọbụla mmadụ na-eme n'ụwa mara shi isi ala bụ bekee and ha ọbụla ị na-eme ị ga-ebishiri ala ndị nwe biko nụ na-ekwula ka okpukpere ndị ọzọ wetara anyị chutu omenala anyị nye anabatala okpukpere na-ekpekwana ya n'ike Chineke kere igwe n'ụwa bọtụ nye amaghị omenala anyị aka asha agba agbọtụnogwe agba agbọtụnogwe ọ bụ ogwe ka e mere akụ agwa otu anya hụrụ ji agha eke asha atụka aka nye ọmụ mere ya akwa ofufu utelebe anụ ukwu ọdụsọ bụ onye ọbụla jere ya bọtụ eji ezo eza tọngụ ụdị ma na-arịọ na-asị biko n'ekwela ka he ewetara anyị ka butere anyị ọgbaghara na he gbasara Naijiria na he nye agabiga ma na-achịnụ n'onwe ndị ka anyị lebekwa n'anya ma Chineke kere igwe ka ụwa agaghị anyị n'ahụ anyị na-agbala mbọ dịka mmanụ ha mere na elekshọn gara aga gosipụtara ndị Naijiria apụtala ịga ije ha gbasara ọchịchị obodo Naijiria ọ dị sọbụ mgbe e gbudoro ọsọ na a na-agbaru na njedebe anyị nọkwa n'ọsọ anyị ga-akwa ihu isi ya ma na-arịọ chịkwa ọbụla n'iji hụ ka anyị taa afụfa ndidi ka anyị taa ọjị ndidi lebakwa anya ka anyị ga-emeli dịka mmanụ anyị gakwa mme ka anyị ga-eghara Chineke n'ala anyị ga-aghara otu biko n'onwe ndidi na-ekwela anyị jaa ndị oyibo si peace is priceless, terror is senseless. So in all that we pass through as a people, be it Nigeria or other 54 countries of Africa, let us always give peace a chance. On this note, I send our royal blessings to all African continents, to all the proud countries of Africa and their leaders. And I pray, may we lead exemplarily May we lead dedicatedly and sacrificially. May we put the masses at the center of our decision as leaders, in order to know that a day of reckoning is coming, when we will stand before our Creator and give account of our stewardship. On this note, Manasi, udo dịrị onye ihu dịrị onye azụ, ma nwoke ma nwanyị, udo dịrị onye ọbụla. Chineke gịrị Chineke kere ụwa, were ngọzi gị bushara anyị, kwe anyị araba wike ọhụụ. Ekwela ka ekere isi gị, ekwela ka orie iri isi gị, ekwela ka afọ rie isi gị, ekwela ka mkpọ rie isi gị. Were aka gị pụrụ iche ịbụ ọdịmma na-eme mma. Ntanta mmiri na-ataju ite, ga-aga n'ugwu, acha na-egbachara n'elu. Biko, were ngọzi gị tụọ anya mma. Ka nye dị ndụ n'ala ndị dị ndụ hụkwa ihe dị ndụ dị. Ekwela ka ahụ ụwa na ihe ndagide ụwa dagba onye. Mee ka anyị dị ka mmiri, ọ bụla ekwara anyị nye lụọ ya. Ya gazoro onye ihu gazoro ya atụ. Ndewonu.